Hello YouTube. Here today with a couple of evolutions in flash photography I wanted to show you. There's no real instructions, I just wanted to show this stuff off. What I have here in front of me is a 1951 Highland strobonar number 1 and its mate, which is the Highland strobonar 1A. This piece, which is a part because it's a work in progress. This is the charging pack, and it would be mated with this part, which is the storage capacitors. On this side, this does your charging. It also has a jack on top to be plugged in to household current to recharge batteries, and this plug would be plugged into this, which is their storage side. And in its day, it was powered by a pair of Willard wet cell batteries, similar to, but not exactly, these, which are Enersys Cyclone batteries. I got these through a company online, and they were a near exact fit. They're sealed lead acid rechargeable batteries, similar to what the Willards would have been. As I said, this is a work in progress. If this was all assembled, the two halves of this would be buckled together in a single unit and complete with its batteries. It weighs about 5 pounds, but not to worry, it comes with a convenient shoulder strap, so you can tote this big boy around. As I said, work in progress. Right now I'm working on, let's see if I can get this here, working on what is called the vibrator. The vibrator changes the DC voltage into AC current for storage in the capacitors after it gets converted back into DC, high voltage DC, to fill up the two very large capacitors. The capacitors themselves in this side are bigger than these batteries, big scary capacitors, which have not been tested yet, but they will be once I get the charge size side working. So I just wanted to have a look at this thing. This thing is, oh, there's my hand. So that's how big this thing is, and it was made to set off this sealed flash unit. I believe that's a xenon tube in there. And altogether this thing has to weigh six pounds or better, complete. And this is what in the 50s was cutting edge technology for flash photography. There's a lot of stuff online about these, not this one so much as some of the other ones. If you buy one of these and you want to make it work, be prepared for a journey, especially if you're not an electrical engineer, which I am not. I can fix a lot of things, but all of this is new stuff to me, even though it's 70 years old now. This cable is what goes to your flash head. This broken plug, which will not be plugged in, plugs into here to feed the capacitors. Use your on-off switch. This unit has a 3-position switch on this side, which is removed right now because I'm working on it. And then this plug here would actually plug into the back of your flash head, and that would be what actually triggers the flash. I don't know if I have, yeah, your PC cord would go there, and here's a PC cord that's 20 years newer, so this would have been 60s, late 60s technology right there. This is 50s technology. Now this is what is called the Highland Strobonar D pack. It's about 20 years newer. Also comes with a very stylish shoulder strap. This thing weighs 2 or 3 pounds. Powered by 4 D-cell batteries or 4 rechargeable NiCad batteries. And this here is the guts removed from the D-pack. This is a working unit. This thing generates DC voltage at a very high rate, around 400 to 500 volts DC. So it's got a lot of power coming out of it. This one I had to have an old radio guy look at for me. And this also has a vibrator. This one's a little bit different than the vibrator in the other one. But he took it, he waved his magic wand over it and got the thing to work again. Vibrators are mechanical devices. They're precision tuned and they have to work a certain way. Mine was not, and I don't know what he did, but when he gave it back to me, it worked. And he also said it was in good condition. So I replaced it, and now I just need a flash head that works, because what this does not have, that big Strobonar 1 does have, is built-in storage capacitors. Those are stored in the flash head, which I don't have down here. And that's another thing where capacitors are just inherently fault-ridden, especially after as many years as these things are old. Capacitors go bad all the time, and like most of these old-time things, if you buy one, just assume the capacitors are no good, and assume that you're gonna have to do a lot of online searching to find replacements. They're out there, you can find them. There's a lot of old radio clubs, old electronics supply houses that deal in just replacements for obsolete, antique, weird stuff for these things. And I've had pretty good luck so far finding parts for these things. I still don't have a complete working flash between these two, but they're all works in progress. And lastly, we're going to flash forward to the 70s. This is a Strobonar model 660. As you can see, it's in a state of disrepair. It's become an experimental donor flash. This one has its storage capacitor. It was powered by 4 sub-C NiCad rechargeable batteries, and you'd plug it in to a wall outlet or a charger. If that's, they're all different. Some had chargers, some just plugged in. And this is another one. A lot of these are available on eBay. Some are very expensive, some go very cheap. Regardless of how much you spend, just assume that the capacitors are no good and the batteries are no good. I've got a bunch of these and they've all got the same problems. Rotten batteries and decayed, dilapidated capacitors. And this one is a purpose-built 2-stage capacitor. This I have not found a replacement for, but it's also a work in progress. And when I get done with the other 2 flash units, I'm going to go back online to some of the old radio forums and find out if I can substitute something for it. These were a huge step forward. Self-contained, very light. Of course, all of the stuff that I'm showing you now fits into a cell phone, but a cell phone just isn't as cool as this stuff, in my opinion. And so really that's all I wanted to show you. I don't have any instruction, there's no magic to show you. I just wanted to show off some works in progress that I have. So until next time, bye.